and welcome everyone. My name is Elaine Vandenburgh and I am the Healthcare Education and Industry Partnerships Director at Minnesota State HealthForce Center of Excellence. And I would like to welcome you to today's session, A Day in the Life of a Massage Therapist. And I'm really excited to talk about this growing profession and get to know what kind of questions you all have. So we'll go ahead and get started. A couple things about my presentation style is I'm super informal. So if you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, you're also welcome to put questions in the chat. Some of the questions I might write down and answer later on in the presentation. And know that I know a lot about massage therapy and massage therapists, but I don't know everything. So sometimes there's going to be a question that might be asked that I might not know and can kind of point you in the right direction or get back to you on. And that's okay, because we're all here to learn and we're in this learning journey together, and feel free to take notes. Here is our objective today, is to really kind of have some space to explore what it's like to be a massage therapist. And so I'm really excited to talk about that. A little bit more about my background and my experience in massage therapy. Personally, I believe that massage therapy is a healing modality and is often sometimes undervalued in the healthcare system as such. And the research on the power of touch is really fascinating, and there's more that's coming out. So on and so forth. There's more that's coming out as people do more research in alternative medicines and complementary therapies. And so I started, I guess, I've always loved getting massages, I guess. Like I'm one of those people where that's just like makes my week, it makes my month. I also, as you know from a previous session, I'm also a certified yoga instructor. So when I am in the studio teaching, it's a very demanding job on your body. And so massage therapy is a great way to kind of complement that practice. And I really started my massage therapy journey learning more about the career field when I worked at a career college that offered a massage therapy program. I was a director of career services, and I helped people who were nearing the end of their massage therapy program locate employers as they started to transition to graduating and then getting their jobs. And one of the things that I was most surprised about when I went through that journey is that massage therapists are in high demand. And when I say high demand, my experience is that so the program was about a year long. It can be more, it can be less, depending on where you go and how many credits per semester you take or how many hours you do. But one of the things that was so surprising to me, and it was just kind of like a myth or kind of like a best kept secret, is that massage therapists are in high demand. So the employers at the time would say, hey, can I meet your new students? Can I get in front of your new students? They didn't just want to talk to grads, they wanted to talk to them as well, but they also wanted to talk to new students so they can start to encourage them that when they're done a year later to work at their location. Learning more, knowing that I was working at the school, I decided to take a couple of classes in massage therapy. So I learned all about the business of massage therapy. I learned all about the different techniques. There's different techniques that one can do. Effleurage is kind of a fun word to say, but that refers to the kind of the long strokes on the different limbs or in the body. There's also petrissage, which is specific to like an area. So when someone says, I have a knot, a petrissage is one massage technique that you can use in that area. And my mind was really kind of open in terms of not just the demand for massage therapy, but also the amount of knowledge that massage therapists have, right? And so because I was working full time while taking massage therapy classes, I didn't progress further in my massage therapy program. I learned that yoga is kind of the way that I want to use my skills in the world. But it definitely gave me an appreciation for massage therapists and also a better understanding of where massage and therapy is headed in terms of an industry. I might also add that later in my career, I did run a school that offered a massage therapy program and got to see kind of high level the commitment and the support, and also really the excitement and the growth for this industry. So that's a little bit about my background in massage therapy. In full disclosure, I have not practiced as a massage therapist, but I know many people who do, and I've had lots of conversations about their life and their experiences and the challenges and the benefits and the successes, kind of all. So I feel like at least I have some information to share for today's session. So then I was wondering if we could do some introductions about you. So that's a little bit about me. I would love to know a little bit more about you. What schools you represent, any experience that you've had with alternative therapies or massage. And if you could also answer this or fill in this last question, what I want to get out of today's session is one thing that's interesting, I think, sometimes with even with yoga or yoga and massage is sometimes people will they'll go to their first couple yoga classes and they'll be like, oh man, I really didn't enjoy it in the moment, but I feel amazing afterwards. So just know that that could be an experience that people who are newer to massage therapy have too. And so, my goal won't be to, kind of convert you to getting massages or not, just to really share information. So thanks for sharing that context. This is really helpful. And I will kind of touch on the business of massage because it is really eye-opening. And I think it's one of those professions that is often overlooked, and it's a really good complementary profession. So similar to how we were talking about in the yoga session, there are a lot of people who do massage therapy as a way to support them through medical school, for example. There's a lot of people who do part-time massage therapy as a side hustle. There's a lot of people who do massage therapy as a part-time job and have other priorities, like maybe taking care of their kids or different things like that. So the business of massage is a really important topic. So I'm really glad that you brought that up. So here's how we're going to accomplish that objective is we already did introductions and a little bit more about what you want to know, so we can check that one off the list. I'm going to share an overview of massage therapy, and once again, stop me if you have questions. I know I talk really fast, so please interrupt me, I guess is what I'm saying with that. Also share more information about where to find salary and education information. I'll share my 2 favorite websites that I think are super helpful for high school students and really all people who are exploring careers. And then we'll cover takeaways and questions. So I actually got this definition from Mayo Clinic, and I love that it's from Mayo Clinic, not just because Mayo Clinic's awesome, but also because Mayo Clinic's in kind of a similar area that the schools that you represent. And Mayo Clinic is actually a leader in the country and possibly the world. I'm not as knowledgeable about world stuff in massage therapy in terms of integrating massage therapy in a hospital or a clinical setting. So that's kind of interesting. So massage therapy is a type of treatment in which trained and certified medical professional manipulates a soft tissue of your body, such as muscle, connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, and skin. They using a variety of degrees of pressure and movement. So the interesting part that you mentioned here is it's similar to chiropractic in the sense of it's a manipulation of body parts, but chiropractic focuses more on the spine and particularly like the bones in the spine, right? And where massage therapist is specific to muscle, connective tissue, ligaments. Interestingly enough, when you take a massage therapy class, they talk about how your scope, you need to stay in your scope. So even though, let's just say you have some knowledge of cracking people's back, you're not supposed to do that as a massage therapist, because you're kind of changing your scope from massage therapy then to chiropractor, and that's a whole separate set of skills and training. I will say what sometimes happens though when you work on the muscle and the tendons and the ligaments is sometimes things gently release and cracks of the back generally happen. So it's interesting that line is officially there, but that our body sometimes will respond to massage therapy in a way that affects our bones and our back, which is kind of interesting. This other part here, using a varying degrees of pressure and movement. There are so many techniques when it comes to massage therapy. You know, there's Swedish massage, which is kind of the long, flowy strokes. It's called effleurage, which we talked about before, where you kind of focus on really kind of the long flowy strokes. That's good for relaxation. That's good for increasing blood circulation. There's also kind of like you talked about before, you might have a specific area in your body that needs some work. And there's some different techniques that focus us on that area. You can even include more tools such as hot stone in more of kind of a spa setting. There's also cranial sacral massage, which is mainly around the head, and really one really can kind of feel the flow of the fluids in your skull, which is kind of wicked cool, right? There's also a lymphatic massage. There's deep tissue massage. There's Thai massage, which is done when you're fully clothed, and it's like really it's a combination of massage and stretching. And so I'm missing a ton. There's shiatsu massage. There's cupping, which I'm sure people are familiar with more because of there's some posts on social media about, people have those circles on their backs, like at athletes and stuff might have, cup marks on their backs. Cupping is a form of massage. And so there are a variety of degrees of pressure and movement, and that just touches the surface. Massages generally, so why do people get massages? It's generally considered part of a complementary and an integrative medicine. It's increasingly being offered along with standard treatments for a wide range of medical conditions and situations. Stress relief, pain reduction, self-care are kind of the main ones. I will say that I did get when I was running the school that had the massage therapy program, we did get a lot of students who were brought to massage therapy because they used massage therapy in kind of injury relief and injury rehab. So for example, I know of a particular student that was in a car accident and really had some deep muscle work that she needed as part of her rehab. And that's how she was introduced to the healing power of massage therapy, right? I also had veterans who were really kind of focusing on the stress relief and focusing on massage therapy as an alternative, a complementary way to support their healing process with PTSD. And so that's why I get really excited that the fact that there's a lot more research in terms of how massage can help medical conditions in addition to stress relief, right? Where massage therapists can work, there are massage businesses. Massage Envy is one of the largest national businesses out there. I believe that's a franchise. There's also, I'm sure there's some in your area that are maybe not national, but more local. So the cool part about massage businesses is as a massage therapy student who's completed a program and you've completed your hours, you can work for someone else at one of those businesses, or you can start your own. There are some people who for example, they rent out space in a building or as part of someone else's massage area or business. There are some people who are independent contractors where I might work at your business, but all the financial pieces are kind of between me and the customers, and there could be some sort of mechanism to do that's shared with all the other contractors that are that work in that business. So it really just kind of depends in terms of what structure you would want, and of course there's more freedom with kind of doing your own thing, but that also means that you're doing more marketing and you're doing the business side of things and the accounting side of things. So there's lots of benefits to both. There's also a massage therapists work in gyms and fitness clubs. Another really, I guess, popular thing is the program that we had was very Western based. And so we had a lot of people who were chiropractors who wanted to pair massage therapy with their chiropractic care. And so they came to our program to, get the education and training. There are gyms and fitness clubs that they work there. Lifetime, for example, I know that they have Life Spa, and they hire massage therapists. And there's Lifetimes, there's many of them around the state and around the country. There's also wellness organizations and businesses. This is different from the first bullet that I put. Wellness organizations, for example, like let's say I'm a business owner, and let's just say I'm a business owner, and the business that I have is I run a tax, we do taxes, okay? I might hire a wellness organization to come in and offer chair massages for my employees, right? And so there are wellness organizations that offer massage therapy as part of their wellness packages that they can offer then to businesses. Or sometimes businesses will hire people directly to come in and support the health and wellness of their teams. Spas are really popular for massage therapy. Also, like we talked about before, there's massage therapy in a clinical and a hospital setting. Usually, if this is the case, it requires some additional training on top of the training that you might initially get for massage therapy. And I'll send a link in the resources on where you can find this. Mayo, I think, has the best one, and definitely worth checking out if that's something you're interested in. Also, depending on where you work, people might be able to charge their insurance or have some sort of insurance or HSA, health savings account, pay for some or all of their massage if it's used in a maybe more supporting medical things. Also chiropractic settings, also on vacation. I know there's lots of people who, when they go on vacation, that's the first or the last thing that they do to kind of set their vacation off on the right note. And there's also other celebrations and gatherings. This might seem kind of like, what do you mean massage therapy? But this is more kind of like chair massage. I did a 5K a couple of years ago where they did quick hand massages or scalp massages before people would run. And so there's lots of ways or places where massage therapists can work. Here's kind of the information about pathways to becoming a massage therapist is attend and finish a massage therapy program. And there are many, and I can show you some. And look for schools that are affiliated with kind of the known organizations in massage therapy. So these are two organizations that I recommend checking into. And the reason why you would want to do that is that they have standards that they require the schools that they're affiliated with to uphold. And they also offer a lot of resources for their students and those who are connected with them. Then once you're done with your school, then here's something interesting. Apply for licensure in your area. So as of right now, Minnesota State does not have a blanket license for massage therapists. You would have to go to the area that you want to practice massage therapy and get a license from that area. So that could be contacting your city or contacting your county, depending on in the area that you want to practice your massage. So, and this will likely include a background check. If the background check isn't included in the licensure process, it'll most definitely be included in the process for a job. So that's something to consider as well. And then also from there, you can start applying for jobs or start your own business. And like I said before, for some people, massage therapy is something that they do part-time. I might also mention that a full-time massage therapist, it's very rare for a massage therapist to do 40 hours of massage in a week. That is physically taxing. And so most massage therapists, I would say, are part-time, but they earn a rate at a part-time rate that allows them to have maybe a salary that's comparable to someone full-time. So that's something to think about. And I'll talk about earnings in just a sec. Okay, so salary and education information. So I'll show you these two resources here on the slide, and then we'll go to them together. So this is one of my favorite websites to explore just kind of the basics of specific job areas. So it's Minnesota Career Wise, or careerwise.minnesotastate.edu. And then I highly recommend going to this, this little thing here called Browse Clusters. Or you can use this, this search feature. This is really good too. Then this is where you can find more information about career pathways and just really some really helpful information just to give you an idea of salary and job outlook and minimum education and all that good stuff that you might be considering when considering different career fields. This is specific to Minnesota State as well. And this is where you get to see a map of all of our campuses across the state. Minnesota State colleges and universities have 37 colleges and universities across the state of Minnesota. And this is where you can see who has the programs that you're interested in. And so when you go there, we'll do this together. We can search for massage, or we can search for wellness or other areas that interest you. And we'll see what we find in just a little bit. So I'm gonna stop sharing for just a quick sec and pull up those websites, and feel free to ask questions in the meantime. That was a lot of information. Here's that first website that I talked about. So let's just start here and type in massage. And then we found right here, massage therapist, the top one. You could also browse by career clusters. I can't remember which career cluster this is. So this is, I guess, the easier way to get to massage therapy. But it might even tell us in here. So the average statewide median for massage therapists is a little under 25 per hour. And here's where you can read more about wages in terms of what this looks like in terms of areas of Minnesota: high, medium, low, median, and high. This also talks about education level. Oops, sorry, let's go back here. This did talk a little bit about, I think it says education level. So make sure that you, oh, sorry. I thought that had specific information about education. So it says vocational training is typically required. That's true. Programs are going to be about 23 credits-ish, which is anywhere from, actual massage hours, you're looking at like 500 to maybe 700 hours. Definitely check with the program, because that may have changed since I've been in the business, but you're looking at around there. Look at this growth rate, 22%. Especially with, the pandemic. I know a lot of people, once we can open more up, are going to really want to de-stress and go get a massage. And there are, massage therapists are still practicing during the pandemic as well. They of course, are taking extra precautions, similar to, similar professions. Oh, I forgot one thing we didn't talk about. I'm going to put a pin in that. So this talks a little bit more information about on the job and examples of job titles. So bodywork therapist, certified massage therapist, also known as a CMT, or licensed massage practitioner. So here's where you can see more job title examples. For example, here are top employers that are hiring right now. I know that we could just go to Massage Envy, for example. Looks like they have a lot of openings right now. I will say before the pandemic, and I'm assuming after the pandemic, they'll have even more job openings. And this rate too is important to note, because massage therapists, they could get a flat rate per massage. They could get an hourly rate. They could get both of those things plus gratuities or plus tips. And the overall wages per massage, this is one of the things I was most surprised about when I learned about massage therapists, is that with a little amount of training, under a year or under, students can make a pretty great wage as massage therapist. And so that was something that I was excited to learn when I was in a former role. Where you can find programs is you could go here. You could either search for the campuses that are near you or search for programs. So I'm going to click search programs. And I'm just going to type in massage. And here's where you can find different information about the colleges that offer massage therapy. So advanced massage therapy, this one's 30 credits. Clinical sports massage therapy, 23 credits. 66 credits. This one's an associate's degree. Looks like it's 1,500 hours, which is pretty great. And you can also go get your certificate, start working, and then come back and get your associate's degree. That's really great because then you have a higher than minimum wage paying job while in school, which is always helpful. Looks like there's some other programs that offer massage therapy as well. One thing that I didn't mention is there's some other alternative medicine is that people consider is the like herbal. I know that some programs like Minneapolis College has an herbal studies program. I don't know if any acupuncture might be one of those other alternative therapy programs. Northwestern Health Sciences is another great school that has Chinese medicine. And I want to say, they have a lot of complementary healthcare programs at Northwestern here in the Twin Cities. And let's see here. So I want to cover a question that Nick asked earlier is if you're new to a massage, like what are you going to expect? So kind of what happens, in a massage is you'll fill out a form. They'll ask you, what prompted you to come into massage? What do you hope to get from the massage? Is it relaxation? Is it work on a different part? What do you like for pressure? If you don't know, their therapist can check in with you throughout the time frame. Then you'll have that conversation, go over the form with your therapist. They are required, your massage therapist, they are required to fill out these forms and go over these forms with you. And kind of keep track of these. These are called they're called SOAP notes. I forget what the acronym stands for. Unfortunately, right now, I'm sure you could Google it if you're that interested. But they kind of really get a better feel for what you want out of the massage therapy session. Then you will be led into the massage therapy room. They'll show you kind of where everything is. They're going to direct you on how they want to get started. So they might say, hey, I'm going to have you undress to your comfort level, and then lay on the massage table with your face facing up, for example. And then I'm going to leave, let you do that. And then I'll knock when you come ready. And you could be fully clothed. You can, wear your swimsuit if you want to. You could, go completely naked if you want to. And in a massage therapy session, they have boundaries, right? In terms of what areas they massage. And they also make sure that you're draped in those areas the entire time. So there's a very strict code of ethics for obvious reasons in those ways. And so that I think is kind of like in terms of what to expect. I get a lot of people asking me like, hey, I have my first massage. Like what should I expect? Then, especially if you're new to working with a massage therapist, they might ask you about the pressure a couple times. Sometimes people ask the question of like, do I talk during a massage session or do I not? That is completely up to you. Like this is your session for relaxation or whatever. So if you have something on your mind that you may make sense to talk about, it is not a therapy session. I guess I'll just say that. But like, let's say, you have some general, things in common, or you ended up talking about a sports game or whatever, and you continue that conversation, after they knock and you give their permission to come in the room. And, so that's kind of up to you, but generally they will not talk unless you ask, or if you continue talking. Also, from time to time, they might ask you about the pressure, like, how's this pressure? Do you want more? Do you want less pressure? Then they will also, it's also possible that people fall asleep in a massage, which is totally normal, and in which case they'll gently wake you up at the end. And then they might, during this massage, ask you to flip over, in which case they will kind of hold up the sheet and look away so you can flip over. What else? Sometimes there's like a face cradle where you can put in your head if you're laying down. They might use oil or lotion to kind of allow the hands to go over the skin a little bit more smoothly, so there's less drag and it's not like awkward or painful. Then towards the end, they'll, do some sort of grounding thing to let you know that they're done. They'll kind of maybe put their hands on your head, and they'll tell you, hey, take as much time as you need. There's some water over there if you're thirsty. It's really important to stay hydrated after a massage so that you can kind of release all the toxins that may have, that might be released after a massage. And then they leave the room. Then you can, get off the table as, enjoy no need to rush, right? Like you can enjoy the process, get dressed and then come back out. And then you'll likely have a follow-up conversation like, how did that go? And what did you notice? Or they might report back to you of, hey, I really noticed that you're tight in this area, or I really noticed that, this muscle is bigger than this muscle. Do you have any, things that you do on a repeated basis that might cause that? So they're not, especially really talented massage therapists can feel on a different level than I think most people can, in terms of differences when it comes to muscles and some nuances there. So for example, I've had people tell me what kind of yoga I practice based on what they've observed through my massage, which is kind of crazy cool. And I did not indicate what kind of yoga. I just said I practice yoga, and they knew based on how my muscles looked in proportion to other muscles, and what areas were tight and what areas were stretched, what kind of yoga I practiced at that time. And so if you are considering a career in massage therapy, chances are that you like to help people. If you are considering a career in massage therapy, chances are that you like receiving massages, right? Like you might take some self massage, or maybe, maybe your, partner or even your family member might, hey, like, can you massage my head? That really hurts, or whatever. So those could be some indicators. I highly recommend, there are some things that you consider, such as, this is absolutely one of those jobs that is physically demanding. So, and that's actually one of those things that a lot of people like about the profession. They like that they're on their feet. They like that they, in order to do their job well, they have to be aware of their body mechanics. They like that they have to take care of their body in a way in terms of nutrition and hydration. So here are some additional considerations. Is like yoga, massage therapy is a service industry, so customer service matters. My personal belief is that anytime you're in someone's bubble, so like in the United States, typically we have like an arm's length bubble. Well, maybe now after the pandemic, but traditionally, bubble wise, it was about an arm's length for people you don't know. I believe that if you work in someone's bubble, so like if you're a hairstylist, if you're a massage therapist, if you are a doctor and you're in someone's bubble, right? Or a nurse or certified nursing assistant, I believe your ability to impact someone's day or how they're feeling is amplified versus people that are outside of the bubble. So it is it's a very rare thing for some people to let people inside their bubble. So massage therapists should be, and most of them are, very aware that is important, and is important to respect that space, right? So for example, there are some people who aren't huggers, and they're just not huggers, and that's totally fine, and maybe people in their bubble, they don't have a lot of people that get in their personal bubble space. And so when they come to a massage therapy appointment, that might feel uncomfortable or awkward for a little while. And so it's even more important as a massage therapist to have that space be neutral, to have safe psychological space to treat that person with care, and just like you would your own family member, right? And so customer service and that level of professionalism is huge. You might want some general business knowledge in terms of budgeting, accounting, marketing strategy. This is especially true if you want to, run your own business one day or do independent contracting as a massage therapist. Your schedule might be untraditional, especially at first. A lot of people want to book massage appointments on the weekends and the evenings. So especially as you're starting out, this is pretty true. Many people start off at part-time. Many people stay at part-time, and that's fulfills them in their role financially. And for people who have different financial needs or higher financial needs, they might have a second job, or they might do a job that complements that one. It can be physically demanding, but it can also be very rewarding, because because we don't let a lot of people in that space. You can really help people, right? And you can really connect with people. And so those are just some things to consider. So possible next steps, if you're interested in a massage therapy job, is go get a massage, right? If you're considering this as a career field, it's worth the investment to go get a massage, even if it's a half hour, even if it's a chair massage. Talk to massage therapists in your area. You can also watch and learn about complementary therapies via YouTube or video. So acupressure, for example. So it's different than acupuncture. Acupuncture is when you you break skin. It's with the little needles. It's kind of interesting. But acupressure is where you put points of pressure on your body. That could be one thing you could learn more about, to learn more about massage therapy and complementary therapies. Also, too, you might be in high school, you could also work at a place that offers massage. They need receptionists. They need people to help in different areas. And so that could be one way that you can get exposure to that industry before graduating high school. And then also you can check out the programs in your area. So those are 4 possible next steps. I will say that if questions come up as people watch this recording, I'm always happy to answer questions. Like I mentioned before, I might not know all the things about massage therapy, but I can certainly point you in the right direction or connect you with someone who can. And here's my contact information. And thank you for your time, and have a great rest of your day.